Greetings, Bat family, and welcome back to Holy BatCast, brought to you by real fans for real movies. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search for Holy BatCast. And if you're a fan of the show, there is a chance to support us on Patreon. You don't have to, it's all good. But if you want to go to patreon.com/HolyBatCast, it is really, really helpful. Just $1 a month, honestly, you'd never miss it, and it makes all the difference to us. So big thank you to our patrons. If you haven't done that, that's okay. I love you anyway, but got to give a shout out to our patrons as always, because you guys just make my life that much easier. We are part of the Real Fans Podcast Network. You can check out those shows at rf4rm.com. And as always, I'm your Bat host, Andy DeGenova. You can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and Letterboxd. It's just my name, Andy DeGenova. We did take last week off, and we've actually got some pretty exciting DC news to talk about. So we're going to catch up on that. We also watched another episode of The Batman. We keep on going. Yeah, I'm real proud of us. And joining me for all that fun stuff, it's the co-host with the Mo-host. It's Brendan Lowe. Hi, Brendan.
That'll work. I'll take that.
Yeah, sure. How you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually.
You know, just dadding it up. A baby and a little hellion. Little 5. Yeah. He's 5 now, right?
He's 5. It's funny though, like he can be a real little shit, but when it's just the three of us and Jess, because Jess has started dipping a toe back into work and doing rehearsals for an opera production that's coming up, and when it's just the three of us and Jess is out, Henry's an angel and Abby's the one that causes me to rip my hair out.
Yeah. They take turns, which I've learned is that the good news is they are rarely insane at the same time. One will be reasonable and the other one will lose their mind, and then they'll switch back and forth. So right now, Harley is great. You know, she's coming up on 4.5. So she, as my mother-in-law says, she has re-entered her body. So she can now be negotiated with, you know, she can be discussed with. And Andy is the one, now that he's walking and exploring, the whole world is his oyster, and he is just go, getting into everything. And so it's like, Harley's fine. If I give her snacks and turn on, Blippi, she's cool. But then Andy, I'm like, are you playing in the toilet? Get out of the toilet. That is not a pool. So I have to lock the bathroom doors because he likes to go play in the toilet.
Well, Abby's coming up to 4 months old, and she's just learned how to squeal in the last couple of. And like, don't get me wrong, I love kids, I do, but like, really like squealing kids kind of grate on me a little bit, and she's just learnt how to squeal, and she's doing it constantly. So that's fun. But yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't trade them for the world, but maybe just a little bit of shush, and if she could go to sleep when she's supposed to go to sleep, that'd be great.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's the thing is, parents get it. I didn't get it till I became a parent, but like, someone without kids might listen and go, well, if you don't like kids, you should have never had kids. No, we freaking love the kids. We love them. Best thing that's ever happened to me. It doesn't mean I'm not exhausted. It doesn't mean I don't want them to go to bed, but I love them.
Yeah. The other night I had the two of them and I thought I'd completely nailed it. Like, they were both asleep in bed before 7:30, and I was like, you have just, because the time before was rough. I told you about that privately. Anyway, I was like, you've absolutely nailed this. And I was like, I'm going to just lay in bed, watch a couple of episodes of The Golden Girls, read a chapter of my book, and go to sleep, because I didn't have a great sleep the night before, some health issues and stuff. And I got an episode of The Golden Girls done, and then Abby decided to wake up again, and Jess was still 2 hours away from coming home. And I mean, thankfully she wasn't screaming or crying, but she just wouldn't sleep. And I'm like, girl, you got to help me out here. Like, I'm so tired. You're so tired. Just go to sleep.
Yep.
Hour and a half it took me to get her back to sleep.
She heard you when you were like, all right, look at that. I get some me time. And she's like, oh, not on my watch, mister. Anyway, there you go. There's your dad update. Sorry, y'all. But that's Holy BatCast right now. When we both have kids that are similar ages, we're living through it, and we got to go through it together.
Yep.
But
This is half
More,
therapy, half podcast.
that is absolutely true. And for those who are in that same stage of life, you all get it too. And for those of you who aren't, who are like, okay, get on with the Batman and the DC talk. And that's fair. And we're about to, because we're living through parenthood, but we are also living through the geek life, getting geek stuff. DC Studios is going. We got a new DC movie coming out in 2 short weeks, which we'll talk about in just a second. So there's a lot going on, and quite a bit since the last episode that thought was worth discussing. So I thought we would bookend this news portion, Brendan, with Batman and Batman.
Let's do it.
How about that? That if I ever became a lawyer and opened an office, it would be Batman and Batman, attorneys at law.
Okay.
I would
just don't be a lawyer like Joker was in Joker Folie à Deux.
Oh God, I forgot. I didn't want to think about that. Why'd you do that? I was having a perfectly nice Saturday. But yeah, so Batman and Batman, and then we got in the middle, we got a little bit of Supergirl, we got a little bit of Superman. It's gonna be excellent. The first piece of Batman news we got is Batman Caped Crusader, the animated series, is finally coming back. This was one of those things. We enjoyed season 1. And they said season 2 is coming, and then nothing. We didn't hear anything, so it had been a while. We had been waiting. When did season 1 end? Was it a year ago?
No, 2024.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember that because it came out when the Paris Olympics were on. So I was slow to watching it all because I was watching the Olympics as well.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh! So I didn't realize it had been that long. Time flies.
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
My God. Okay, well, the long wait is over. We are getting 10 more episodes of Batman Caped Crusader on Prime starting Friday, July 31st, which is coming right up. So not to jump ahead, Brendan, but we got a heck of a DC summer coming our way. We got Supergirl in 2 weeks. We got Batman Caped Crusader at the end of July. Then we get Lanterns in August. I want to say it's August 16th, but don't quote me on that. That's from memory, and
Yeah, I mean, and I know it's not the summer, but then it's going to be a blink and you miss it, time frame, and we'll have Clayface.
I know. Yep. So, but right now I'm focused on the summer. We got something for June, July, and August, and then September you take a breath, and you're right, October Clayface. So it's been a little bit quiet, but things are ramping up. And Batman Caped Crusader is coming our way. When they finally announced season 2, they released 10 images along with it. I know you looked at them, probably, right, Brendan? You looked at them?
I did at the time. I can't remember all of them, but
okay. Well, I'll give you a quick overview and then we'll chat. We got one here where it is one of the Joker's victims in the foreground. He has the frozen grin on his face. He does not look to be living. And in the background is the Joker, mostly cloaked in shadow, but his eyes in the light. Very similar to how we got him teased at the end of season 1. So excited for more Joker. We get our first look at this version of the Riddler. So the Riddler is in a green suit, purple tie, purple glasses, purple spats on his shoes, but no question marks anywhere. But very obviously Riddler from, he doesn't have a bowler hat, but he does have kind of a fedora. So Riddler, but, pared back a little bit from the big old question marks everywhere. We've got to look at what looks like Firefly. I think they confirm that. But kind of looks like an old school Rocket Man type look with like a bullet shaped helmet that covers his entire face. Almost like really, really early Iron Man. And then, with a backpack, and then he's got a gun that I assume is shooting fire. That's all off camera, but got to look at what I assume is Firefly. So then you get an image that is all flames with a figure in black. It's a trench coat. It's a tie. It's a black mask with 2 lenses that look to be red. I don't know if the lenses are red or if that's just reflection of the fire. I don't know who this is. I have seen reports that it is the Scarecrow. I don't know if that's confirmed. To me, this reads more as a black mask, but I don't know. There is a image of the Mad Hatter on TV, and much like the Penguin in this universe, the Mad Hatter has been gender swapped. It is now a woman in a pink suit with a big bright blue bow tie and a pink hat. There is just a cool shot of Batman in the snow on top of a roof with a big neon sign behind him. Love that. There's a shot of Batman looking at a little kid who is dressed like the Gray Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
There is an image of, it looks like they're the cops, but they're looking at bullet holes that are in the shape of a question mark. And then there's just a shot of Barbara and Montoya just talking. Nothing too revealing, just,
Fun.
they're chatting. And then you got Commissioner Gordon and Montoya with a big red bat, either painted in paint or red paint or blood, on the wall behind them. And then a shot of Harleen Quinzel out of costume, but with her costume in her hands.
Mm-hmm.
A shot of Bruce Wayne reading the paper. The paper is a Riddler paper, and there is Alfred, and that is all 10 images. So, with all of that, Brendan, how you feeling about season 2? How did you feel about these images?
Well, look, it's no secret. I loved season 1. I thought it was so good. Yeah, I mean, the images. They are what they are. Like, nothing was that made me like fist bump and go, yeah, I can't wait. But like, I genuinely, I can't wait anyway because I really, really, really enjoyed season 1. So, yeah, it's been a long 2 years waiting for season 2 to finally drop. So I can't wait.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Again, especially says it's something I wasn't planning for because we didn't know was happening. And now it's like, oh, great. Something to look forward to. I enjoyed season 1 as well. I didn't enjoy it quite as much as you, but I did enjoy it. And as for the images, for me, they're kind of hit and miss, if I'm being honest. Like, I dig the tease of the Joker. I'm really excited to see more of that. I think the Riddler is fine. I am concerned if this image in the fire, if that's the Scarecrow, I'm going to be super disappointed.
Yeah.
So that's why I hope that was just a fan speculating and not actually confirmed. Because if the Scarecrow look is just a trench coat and a black mask, I'm like, that's not a Scarecrow I'm all that interested in. If it is black mask, that makes more sense, and I have no problem with that.
Well, just remember, Matt Reeves is an executive producer, so...
Yeah. I don't really have an issue with the gender swap Mad Hatter. It doesn't really bother me. Kind of like Penguin.
Like it's a heavy hitter, like Mad Hatter. Who gives a shit?
Right. Yeah. So kind of like Penguin.
The internet didn't like it.
They never do. So that one, it will be a very interesting kind of wait and see. Honestly, like the image of Batman in the snow on the roof is one of my favorite ones, just because it's like, I just love how Batman looks on a roof in the snow. And then the
Batman's never been in the snow. Remember?
No, the first time it's ever going to happen is in the Batman Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you're 10. And then the Gray Ghost nod is fun and interesting. I saw some things about like, oh, are we finally meeting Batman's Robin? Maybe. This kid has red hair, so I don't know who he is.
It's been a while since I watched season 1, but I saw a lot of people saying that, because remember there was the episode that had all the Robins.
Yes.
Was it the fairground or the circus or something?
Yeah, it was the circus, and it was the little girl who like sucked the life out of him. She was like an energy vampire.
Yeah. And Carrie Kelly was there, and from what I've heard is that it's Carrie Kelly in the Grey Ghost costume.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it does give me a good excuse to revisit season 1 because it has been a minute.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to revisit it before this drops.
Yeah. So, I'm excited for the introduction of the Riddler, obviously, because I love the Riddler.
Right.
Some intriguing things here. Firefly, again, that's one of those like, yeah, you do what you want with Firefly. I'm not going to be too mad at you. And the image looks pretty cool. And yeah, some of it's just kind of wait and see. It'll be interesting to see what pans out as what it really is versus what people are speculating based on the images. But I did think it was nice that when they announced the release date, they did release these sneak peeks as well. It just felt a little more substantial, gave us a little more to be excited about.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll get like an actual trailer before the release.
I'm sure.
I hope so.
That would be insane if they didn't. I'm sure we're going to get a trailer.
It's just they don't seem to like heavily promote the DC stuff on Amazon.
Oh, for sure. It's real weird. This one, I felt like for season 1, there was a fair amount of promotion. But they did that Batfam thing, and it just felt like it is. Yeah, is that even
kind of just threw it on there? I don't know.
They threw it on. I never heard about it again. I have no idea if it's still. I mean, it's probably still there because it's streaming, but I don't know if like it's over already. I have no clue. But yeah, I'm sure we will get a trailer. That would be bizarre, but yeah, it is just weird that it's been so long.
No, really looking forward to it. Can't
I
wait.
am too. And like, I'm excited for some new Batman stuff to dig into. I mean, I love
Yes,
my
it's
old
been a long
Batman
time.
stuff too, but it's exciting to dig into some new stuff as well. For those of you out there who've been playing the Lego Batman game, I appreciate what you've been sharing with me. It does look super, super fun. Do I think I will probably get it? Yes, I probably will. But I have a Switch 2. It is not available yet for the Switch 2, not until September, I think. So that made me feel less bad. I was playing a little bit of Switch the other night, and I went to the store just to see how much it was costing, and it's like, oh, coming in September. I was like, oh, well, then I don't have to feel too bad because I'm not going to buy a new. I ain't buying an Xbox or a PlayStation just so I could play Lego Batman. But I do appreciate, like, again, like, I think Eric and Aaron and a couple other folks like are just sharing fun little snippets that
Yeah,
they're seeing in the game, and I'm like, it's just so cool that they're doing that much. So while we're waiting for new Batman linear content, it's nice that there's a game out there that's celebrating so many different things about Batman that people are loving.
yeah. Seems to cover a lot of different versions.
Yep. Love that. Okay. So anyway, season 2 Batman Cape Crusader coming July 31st. Mark your calendars, y'all. Well, speaking of marking your calendars, in 2 weeks, we are getting Supergirl. Promotion is happening all over the place. They got meals and toys at KFC. Now, when we talked about the Supergirl 84 movie, Brendan, we talked about Popeyes.
Nice, yeah.
And I appreciate that Supergirl is continuing her tradition of partnering with fried chicken fast food.
Chicken-based restaurants, yeah.
I guess that's her thing. But you were not familiar with Popeyes. Do you have KFC?
Yeah, of course we do.
Well, I don't know. I would have thought you'd have Popeyes too.
I mean, I can't eat it, but yeah, of course we got KFC.
Okay, so I wonder if you get Supergirl KFC.
Not that I've seen yet.
So we drove past KFC today, and I saw the Supergirl stuff in the window, and I was like, I think this week I'm gonna have to go to KFC for lunch.
It'd be foolish not to.
I mean, I have to. I went to Burger King for the Mandalorian. Of course, I'm going to go to KFC for Supergirl. I'm just going to probably feel terrible after I eat it, but I'm going to do it because I got to get some Supergirl stuff. So anyway, that's super random, but it's super fun. I dig it. Again, the promotion out there is happening everywhere. They keep releasing new clips. There's they released a final trailer, which was the tickets now on sale trailer, if you will. But what's crazy is they released that to be like tickets are on sale. Number one, I will say, it's the best trailer yet. I don't know if you watched it.
I did when it came out, but I can't remember a lot about it because I've been to the movies 2 times since then. I just keep seeing that main trailer. So that one's kind of like burnt into my brain at this stage.
Yeah, the final trailer for the tickets now on sale is great, but yeah, it's mostly online. Except I went and saw Masters of the Universe again this week, and they showed that one before it.
Okay.
So I was kind of impressed by that. It was interesting, but I mean, a lot of it is the same beats that we had seen in the first 2 trailers, but they really seem to ramp up the money shots and the action in this final one. And I didn't think it deserved its own episode or anything because, some people might have not even watched it because they're like, we're so close anyway. But there's some really great action beats in that final trailer where I'm like, okay, like I know what you guys are doing. You're doing that last push of like, you really do want to see this. You do want to see Supergirl kick ass, and the stuff in it looks really good. So that's exciting. They're the new colorful character posters. I don't know if you saw those.
Yes, I believe I did.
They're pretty great. It's Supergirl, it's Lobo, it's Crypto, it is Krem. And I feel like there's one. Oh, and then I think it's Rose is the 5th one. There's 5 of them. They're really great. They're striking. I really dig the colors. What's funny is, Catherine and I, we went to see something out in Hollywood. And those posters were everywhere on Hollywood Boulevard. And
Wasn't it Masters of the Universe you went and saw at the Chinese?
We did, but I don't know if this was the same night. I think it was
okay.
The previous night, but it doesn't matter. But they were everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, those posters are awesome. I need to pull over and take a picture so I can post it. And then, like, literally the next morning, James Gunn released them officially, and I was like, "Oh, never mind. There they are. That's fine." I'm glad I didn't pull over because it would have been a big waste of time. But anyway, they're really, really cool. I dig that. So yeah, like I'm feeling that final push, and along with that, they really are celebrating Lobo, Jason Momoa's Lobo. So they're doing interviews. They're out there talking about Supergirl. I also noticed, I don't know if you noticed this, is that in a lot of the recent Supergirl promotion, they're also making it very clear that this is the same universe as Superman.
Yeah. I mean, they're not hiding the fact that David Corrin Sweat's in this.
For sure. But like, I feel like for the first two trailers, they were like being they held back a lot on that. And now I feel like they're leaning into it harder. And I do wonder if it's like, we want to make sure that we're capitalizing off of the goodwill from Superman last year. And maybe they felt like that wasn't happening. So they're like, no, we need it to be very clear. This is the same universe as Superman. If you liked Superman, you should come see Supergirl too.
Yeah. While you're talking there, I did do a little Googling, and it will surprise no one to hear that the Supergirl promo is a regional promotion that is not launched in Australia, and it's currently not on their promo release schedule. So it doesn't look like we're getting the Supergirl stuff here at KFC.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you're right. Not a shock.
No, typical.
Not a shock. Anyway, so yeah, like all the promotion is happening. There's certainly people out there who are trying to sandbag Supergirl because, you know, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. But I'm just like, y'all relax. Like, this movie looks good. Just get over it. But again, Lobo has become a big part of the promotion as well. So yes, I still feel like they're not shifting the focus from Supergirl, but they're also making sure that like Lobo, there's a nice shining light on him as well as Superman. And I get it, especially from a marketing perspective. But Jason Momoa did an interview and he shared some fun things, especially about his time as Lobo, that I thought was worth talking about. So the first thing is that he was asked who else in the DC universe would he like Lobo to fight? And he said he wants to have a little tussle with Superman.
Of course he does.
I mean, right. Like, who are you? The Rock? And he said he wouldn't mind giving Batman a sasa. Which, you know, sure, like the two biggies, I get it. But then he also talked about like why he's excited about Lobo, and he said he loves every aspect of him and he enjoys the character's raw freedom. He said he has an unapologetic, absolute, wild, raw freedom, and he doesn't have to hold anything back that he does. And then he talked about like the future of Lobo in the DCU. And he said that DC Studios does have some plans. And he said it would be amazing to do a Lobo solo film, but he said it has to be R-rated. But he said the most important thing is if the fans love him in Supergirl, he says we have to build a fan base before launching anything else. He says you can't just drop that in there and expect everybody to come in. So anyway, yeah, thoughts on where we stand with Lobo, and you know, we haven't seen the movie yet, but do you want to see more of it?
I think I've said on here before, like Lobo is one of those characters that I don't know a lot about. I mean, only what I've seen in sort of the animated versions of him, which I believe he was in Justice League Unlimited. I know he was in Justice League Action, which was weird, but yeah, like I know that he has his fans. To me, I'm just kind of like, like I can take him or leave him. I'm hoping the movie is what makes me go, oh, okay, I get it. Like, this is why this character is so cool. And I mean, yeah, Momoa is obviously very much, it's almost typecast for the role. Because people were talking about him as Lobo before Aquaman was even a thing. So yeah, and I mean, he's wanted to play it. I mean, it can't. You said about The Rock, but Momoa and Lobo is a little bit like The Rock and Black Adam in the way that like he's clearly a fan and has always wanted to play the character. He's going the right way about it, not trying to make Black Adam happen. Yeah, so I mean, look, I'm one of those things. Like I can't say like I'm overly excited about it, but like I said, I'm hoping to walk out of there going, okay, I like Lobo. He's a bit of a badass. I'm like, that won me over. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? Like,
Oh, no, totally. And I'm there with you. I'm not like some Lobo super fan. I know they exist. I'm not one of them, but I think Lobo's fun. And as we've said, Momoa was born to play
yeah,
it, especially based on, the trailers and everything. He looks like he's having a blast. And I mean, Momoa usually looks like he's having a blast. Bless him. So I think that he will be a scene stealer. I also saw something out there that, just manage your expectations. He's not in the whole movie. And frankly, I'm like, good. I don't want him
yeah,
in the whole movie. I want him to be there when it makes sense, but this is Supergirl's movie, and I think it should stay that way. So, I think a little bit of Lobo goes a long way, and that's great. But like you said, I think that it is a great extra element to add to the Supergirl movie to help broaden the universe and break it up a little bit. And so yeah, I'm excited about it, and I do expect him to be that scene stealer. And we've already seen the Lobo popcorn bucket. You've seen that, right? That's pretty
yeah.
amazing.
In inverted commas,
Popcorn
popcorn
bucket.
bucket that'll hold like 5 pieces of popcorn.
Yeah. But it's pretty badass. And there's a lot of Supergirl stuff too. So, I mean, yeah, like he is a big part of this, and I'm excited to see more. But everything I'm seeing in the trailers, he looks awesome. And I, like you said, like not being a Lobo super fan, I don't really need a Lobo solo film. That's not like on my
No,
wish list.
no.
But absolutely would love to see him pop up in a Superman film, or some other film. I think he would be a really fun element like in this to then sprinkle into other projects as well.
Yeah, to me, this is kind of not wanting to, to shit on The Rock, but like this is going about broadening the universe and bringing in some of those, I'll say, lesser known, in
Yeah.
terms of the mainstream, like lesser known characters in the right way. I mean, they did it with Superman, Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl. Like it expands the universe, but it's not a huge risk of a big solo movie or trying to jam it down our throats. Like they're just
Mhm.
naturally there. And I mean, we were all a little bit, I wouldn't say concerned is the right word, I wasn't, but we were sort of a little bit, maybe raise an eyebrow a little bit that it was the first movie of the universe and it was a Superman movie and there's going to be all these extra characters. But when you watch the movie, it does. It happened very sort of naturally and it's still very much a Superman movie. Yeah, like I said, it's expanding the universe in the right way and peppering in these characters that previously haven't been seen on the big screen and introducing the audiences. And then, in a movie like Man of Tomorrow, not that Lobo's going to be in it, obviously, or if he is, we don't know about it, but, then you can have these like team up movies and, not have to do all this groundwork to introduce them because you've already done it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Completely. Yeah, it's funny going into Superman. There was some concern from some fans, not from us, but from others, of being like, "Oh, why are all these other heroes in it?" But then when you see the movie, I think that they're in it just the right amount
Yeah, and it
to.
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. And again, to show the greater DC universe is out there and they all have a role to play, but I don't ever feel like it's not Superman's movie. And I think that that is also, what I'm hoping for with Supergirl. And then you're right, like having some of these other supporting players out there, like they don't all need a solo film, but having them show up and pop up in other projects is a cool way to keep the universe big.
Exactly. And you mentioned like, starting like the popcorn buckets and things like that. Did you want to mention the Supergirl Cup that got released in the last 24 hours?
I mean, we can. I didn't need to go there, but we can go there.
Whoever approved the design and the coloring, like they've got to be taking the piss. No pun intended.
Insane. It's insane. Yeah, that Supergirl cup. Like, why not just make it the suit? Like the Superman one I've got on my shelf right now. They had to add the quote unquote coat that is very flesh toned and
Very
wrinkly
phallic.
and not attractive at all. So yes, everyone's making the same joke, and you're right. Maybe they did it on purpose because there's no such thing as bad press. I don't know, but it is not It's not one I want to own. Where if they had just
No.
done it, if they had just done a Supergirl cup without the coat, I probably would want to own it.
Look, from the front, it looks okay,
Yeah,
but when you go to the side and the back, it yeah, it's. I mean, a few people have made the joke, but it's very foreskin, isn't it? Like it's
it's
not.
not cute.
No.
Well, yeah, all the all the fun theater promos these days. That's where they make their money now. It used to be just on popcorn. Now they're like, no, buy an overpriced quote unquote popcorn bucket. And I'm like, I'm not going to fall for that.
Well,
And
Masters of the
then,
Universe is getting a sequel just on your purchases
yes,
alone.
yes, they are. And then Masters of the Universe comes out and I want every single one of them. And what's crazy is it's no secret the movie isn't doing well. And yet, all of those are sold out. All the cool ones are gone. I wanted, like, they did a Power Sword drink cup, again, quote
Yeah,
unquote, but
which I
it's
thought
like a
was ridiculous, but yes.
ridiculous. Sold out the first night. I didn't get one.
I mean,
They're gone.
like they're insane, but it also
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So anyway, that is what it is. Before we get off Supergirl, I do want to just mention, I know I've mentioned in the past, just a little look ahead is that Supergirl comes out while me and Catherine are in
Yes.
Europe on our long delayed honeymoon. And I have Googled movie theaters at some of the ports of call that we will be at. Yeah, I looked for movie theaters all over Greece because that's where we'll be when the movie is out. And it doesn't look good. So I think what is going to happen is I will not see Supergirl until the first week of July when I get home. I don't get home from my trip until July 8th.
Okay.
So the movie's going to be out for over 2 weeks by the time I get to it, which is depressing, but it is what it is. So anyway, here on Holy BatCast, you're not going to get our review of Supergirl until like 2 weeks later. Once we get back, it's going to be my top priority is to get out there and see it again. But because it will have been over 2 weeks, I don't even know if I'll get to see it in like a big screen anymore. You know, at that point, like other movies will have come out and taken the big screens. And so I'll have to just see it wherever I can. But anyway, here's my point is that next week there won't be a new episode, but my plan is at some point this week to record one that can be released while I'm on my trip. And then that will help bridge the gap. And then when I get back, first thing I'm going to do is go see Supergirl so we can then review the movie.
Cool. So, I mean, I'm seeing it the Friday night that it, because it comes out Thursday here. I'm seeing it the Friday night, and then, I'll go and see a second session, to refresh before. Or hell, I might love it and have already seen it 3 or 4 times by the time you get back. Who knows?
Well, that would be nice. But yeah, anyway, it's just the way it worked out. So we're gonna make it work. And I just wanted everyone to be fully aware of what's going to be happening over the next few weeks. Again, totally worth it. I get to go on a wonderful trip with my wife. Wouldn't trade it. But just means that the podcast suffers for a few weeks, and so be it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's totally fine. But that's that. We just mentioned Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
Which I have seen 3 times.
I feel like this is going to become the Santa Claus the movie of the next 12 months for you on every podcast. It's going to get a mention.
There's a point to my mentioning it other than the fact that I loved it. There's a point if you let me get to it. But yes, Masters of the Universe is out there. I freaking loved it. Last week, there was not a new Holy BatCast because I reviewed Masters of the Universe on the Real Fans show with Scotty. So if you want something to listen to and you also enjoyed Masters of the Universe, go to Real Fans for Real Movies and check out our 2.5-hour review of that movie.
Yeah.
Because Masters of the Universe is in the big release, there's all the interviews and all the promotion and all the things. So there was a internet video / interview with the 2 main stars, which is Nicholas Galitzine, who plays He-Man, and Camila Mendez, who plays Tila, and Travis Knight, the director of the film. And so they were talking, and I don't remember how it came up. I think it might have been listener questions or something. But they said, who would win in a fight, He-Man or Superman? And Nicholas Galitzine, who plays He-Man, goes, oh, He-Man, absolutely.
Of course he's supposed to.
Yeah. But Travis Knight, the director, goes, no, Superman. Superman would win. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, where's your loyalty? And he's like, no, because you have many wonderful qualities, or you have many fine qualities, but no, Superman would win. And then he like looked at the camera, goes, James Gunn, call me, wink. And so he said, yeah, Superman would mop the floor.
Didn't Travis say, like, aren't you angling for a job? And then he's like, yeah, yes. James Gunn, call me. Because didn't he even mention, like, in the comics, again, I haven't read them, but did He-Man win in the comics?
I don't know if anyone won. It's a really old comic, and again, it's hard to find. But he
reached for that really quickly and was like, "No, there's precedent." And he's beat him in the comics, and like he knew that off the top of his head. And I was like, "Well, good for you. You've done your research."
Wow.
But then, Travis was just like, "Yeah, no, call me," which is very funny.
Yeah. So,
and I'd have no problem with that, actually.
Oh, here it is. Yes. Galatzine said, "What, you're disagreeing with DC lore?" And Travis said, absolutely, Superman would mop the floor. And then Nicholas said, are you trying to get a job directing the next Superman? What are you even saying right now? And he said, He-Man's the most powerful man in the universe. And so then he said, yeah, call me James Gunn. And so I was very tickled by that, of course. I actually have to agree. Superman, I think, would win, right? Like, it depends on which version of He-Man we're talking about. But the He-Man in the movie, he is very strong. He is not quite Superman strong.
He's also inexperienced too.
Yeah, so I do think Superman would win. But more importantly, I know it was all in good fun. I know it was all jokey. But Travis Knight made Bumblebee, which I think is the best Transformers movie. And then he made first he made Kubo and the Two Strings, which I think is a masterpiece. Then he made Bumblebee, and now he made Masters of the Universe, which I also freaking loved. So if James Gunn wants to call Travis Knight to direct any DC movie, absolutely do it. James Gunn, if you're listening, call Travis Knight. I will sign up for anything that he wants to direct in the DC universe, and I just love that he's open to it.
You will buy the meals. You will buy the popcorn buckets.
I will buy every popcorn bucket or drink cup they offer me. I am so in.
Yep.
Now we got to find out is Travis Knight a Batman fan?
Well, I thought you said is he a Blue Devil fan?
I mean that's fine too, but I was going more realistic because Batman. But anyway, super fun, and if Travis wanted to direct in the DC universe, I would be all for it. But we're not going to get to see Superman fight He-Man, but we are going to see Superman fight Brainiac. And so Man of Tomorrow is well into production, and we're getting stuff out of it. We're getting little tidbits. We're getting little announcements. We're getting set photos. Super exciting that this is happening. And so the first thing, and the most important thing, let's be honest, is that James Gunn revealed our first official look of Lex's power suit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those things where we learned why, because about a day later, then there was video of him walking around in the suit on set outdoors. And so we're like, oh, they got ahead of it. Great. I love when they do that.
Shooting on location.
Yep. But it is an image of, I assume it's Nicholas Hoult. He's got the helmet down, so it's a little fuzzy. But anyway, Lex Luthor in the green and purple power suit, standing on sand with this light behind him. He sent this out, and he tagged Nicholas Hoult, so I assume that's him. Sent this out, and it said, fit check, live from the set of Man of Tomorrow. So when this happened, this was immediately, we're like, oh, yes. And boy, is it glorious. Can I just start there? It is perfect. It's exactly what we would want. It's something we've been asking for years now. And not only did they build it, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's practical.
Yeah. And he confirmed it's 100% practical.
Yeah. You sending the original image that morning when I woke up on the group chat, and you're just like, y'all. Like it's amazing. We've talked about it on here, but just like the fact that of all places and of all the Superman movies and things that we've had, that like Superman and Lois did it first and did it bloody well.
Yeah, really well.
The fact that we're getting this, and it's like Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor is ripped straight out of the comics. They haven't done a take on it. They've just done Lex from the comics, and I love it. And yeah, I mean, this is just adding to that, and it looks phenomenal. And there's been like some really like decent high res set photos as well that people have, pumped up the resolution and everything. And I mean, it's everything you could want from a power suit, like a live action power suit. Like I said before, the fact that it's practical is amazing. It's really really good. And it looks like it's got the Argus logo on there. So yeah, I can't wait.
I love it. I think it's so good. And that was the consensus I saw from fans everywhere being like, no notes, nailed it. I love that. And it is one of those things where they could have very easily done, the pajamas, the mocap pajamas, and just put it in later. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all love the Kryptonian suits from Man of Steel. So that's a great way to go. I just love that they built the damn thing and it looks as good as it does. And when we saw those set photos and those set videos of Nicholas Hoult walking in this thing, it's like, holy shit, it's real. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was true in Superman. It's one of the things I loved about Superman is how much was real and tactical, like the robots in the fortress. That they
Yeah.
built those robots and they look better for it. And I just think that that's super cool that he did the same with this suit.
Mm-hmm. And shooting on location too, which you don't often see
Yeah, yeah.
for Superman.
I know. So yeah, right there out in the streets of, I guess, Atlanta, because I think they're in Georgia. Yeah, I know they're in Georgia. Yeah, so I assume it's Atlanta. But yeah, shooting out there, there is some stuff out there that's, kind of spoilery, I guess. But Superman's been seen out there in full costume, and then obviously Lex in the power suit. Really fun stuff. And like you said, some of those higher res close-ups of Nicholas Hoult in the suit, like, makes it look even better.
Mm-hmm.
One slight difference to the suit is it does have a glass helmet, because usually, like in the comics, his head is exposed. I assume this goes up and down like Buzz Lightyear, so his head is exposed or it's not, depending on where they go with it. But I have no issue with that. But no, it looks awesome. And then the images of David Corenswet as Superman also on set. I've seen some back and forth about his Superman suit of like, is it different or is it not? And I've seen people go, no, it is different because look at this. And for me, I'm like, it looks pretty much the same to me. The colors look a little different, but that's also at night. So to me, it looks like the same suit.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I noticed is they said that the collar's a bit different. I mean, if anything, it's tiny little tweaks. Like
Yeah.
it's not a huge difference.
Right.
Like there's a part where it looks very battle damaged, which again done practically. Which is kind of cool. But otherwise, I mean, it's Corenswet Superman. It's not like he's in the blue and white lightning suit or anything. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
drastic like that.
Yeah. I mean, I really love the suit anyway, so I wasn't screaming for a redesign. I don't mind it if they tweaked little bits and pieces. Kind of like Man of Steel to BVS. Technically, it was a new suit, but the changes were pretty minor.
Yeah.
This if it's changed at all, it's also pretty minor. But as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't broken. No need to fix it.
Yeah, and like one of the things I saw on the photo I saw, I'm like, yeah, but that could also just be the photo as well. As like it's less, how some of the set photos we saw from Superman, it looked a bit baggy, like it didn't fit him
Yeah.
the snug. This one seems to be a little bit more snug, but that could just be that photo and like the way he's positioned at the time. But I mean, it's kind of par for the course with superhero movies. Like you have the original, and then in a sequel, if it's not a complete redesign, there's usually a few little tweaks in there, but that's, like I said, that's what you get in superhero cinema.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, the Superman suit, kind of beside the point. The power suit for Lex is freaking awesome, and I'm so psyched that we're getting it. This isn't really news, but I just want to mention it real quick because I also sent you guys an image, and it was artwork done by a fan of Man of Tomorrow. And it was like in space, and it was Superman, and it was Lex, but it was also Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl all kind of converging upon Brainiac's ship. And for a moment, I was like, oh, is this like real concept art? Did he release this? Because, oh my God, like this is amazing. And, finally found the source. It took some digging, and it's just a fan, but it was so beautiful that I was like, please let the movie be this, because this is just awesome.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful, that artwork.
Yeah, so big shout out to the artist who made that. You if you didn't fool me, you got my hopes up for a minute, and because it was so good, and it does have my hopes up of like, even if that's not official, like that's now what I want to see in Man of
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Man of Tomorrow coming out next summer in just over a year, which is also super exciting.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah, yeah, that's already my most anticipated movie for next year. I'm
I
really
know.
looking forward to that.
I know. Same. So excited. But yeah, this was great. It was a great reveal, and more to come, but something to look forward to. Well, something that is not coming, something we are not getting more of, allegedly, is we are not getting more of The Penguin on HBO.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is all done from a scooper, Jeff Snyder. So you take it with a grain of salt. Things can change. But according to him, is that DC HBO is not moving forward on season 2 of The Penguin. It will just remain a 1-season limited series.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like we're not getting the character again, and it was a little side chapter, side quest, whatever you want to call it, from the film. Not films yet. I mean, I guess we'll get to that, but yeah, I mean, I'm someone who surprisingly really enjoyed that series, but I don't need another one, particularly when there's we are getting that second movie and everything. I don't need another, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is, of a story that doesn't have Batman in it. So yeah, I'm ready to move on. It served its purpose. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, that's cool by me.
Yeah, again, it kind of makes sense, like, and they can always change their mind later if they want to post the Batman Part 2, if they, for whatever reason, the demand is there and Colin Farrell wants to do it again and everything, like they can always do it at that point. But I understand, like, they're a bigger fish to fry at the moment than the Penguin season 2. So I'm not shocked that there's no motion on it right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
But what there is movement on? The Batman Part 2. They started shooting yesterday.
Wow.
so yeah, a few weeks ago, we talked about those shots of the Batmobile in the snow, and we were pretty sure that it was testing and not actual shooting. And it does seem that that's the case, because yesterday, Matt Reeves tweeted out the first shot of the Batman Part 2. And so it is just the little clacker board. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, clapper.
A little clapper. And it's got the same bat symbol as the Batman Part 1 in red. And it looks like it is, behind it is a shot of, to me, it looks like a body on a slab in a morgue.
Mm-hmm.
And so it says, here we go. First shot, the Batman Part 2. So production has officially begun. It's happening. And I will take the moment to admit, at a certain point, I was pretty sure it wasn't going to happen. And I was wrong. Yeah. It's happening. So I will own that. But what is very interesting is that we may not be getting the movie we thought we were getting. Mm-hmm. Because there are a lot of rumors out there swirling about things that we thought were true that might not be. And again, take this all with a grain of salt. It's all just rumor. Who knows? But it is worth talking about. So here are the rumors currently for the Batman Part 2. Part one of the rumors is that the movie will partially take place in Arkham, where Bruce is committed.
Huh.
And that Scarlett Johansson is not playing Gilda Dent, but she is playing a version of the Phantasm, but unclear if it will actually be Andrea Beaumont. And that Charles Dance will be playing her father.
Okay.
I'll read them all and then we'll take them one by one. And then Brian Tyree Henry is playing Harvey Dent, which means Sebastian Stan is not Harvey Dent. He is allegedly playing Victor Zsasz. And the other strong rumor is that the Court of Owls are still involved in the film. So that's a lot. Very interesting. Now, these rumors, I've seen them kind of floating around there, but I got to give credit to Justin Pitcher. I'm sorry, Justin. Justin P. I'll just say Justin P. He sent these also in the Wayne Manor mailbox. He's like, it just says, oh boy. Yeah, so thank you for compiling them for me, Justin. So that way I didn't have to dig them all up separately. It makes it that much easier. I appreciate you. So yeah, let's take these one by one. What if Bruce is a inmate in Arkham and part of the movie takes place there?
It'd be something we haven't seen before, obviously. An interesting take. It would be, I don't know. If that were the case, my preference would be that he is of sound mind and body, but has gotten is doing it as more as an undercover, recon detective thing, rather than actually be crazy and committed. Yeah, that would be my preference if that were to be true.
What's funny is, I know you didn't read it, but that is a big part of Batman 89 Echoes.
Okay.
Is he's undercover in Arkham.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Pretending to be someone else.
Well, I didn't read it because everyone told me not to.
Yeah, I mean, the art is amazing, so it's worth looking at the art, but yeah, the story is not amazing. But yeah, anyway, that was interesting. So I'm kind of with you. I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing about all of this. Before we get into the bits and pieces, is I might shock everyone when I say I'm intrigued. Because one of my biggest issues with the first film is so much of it feels like stuff we had seen before.
Yes.
And I'm very concerned that part 2 is going to be more of stuff we had seen before, because up until now, we've all been operating under the assumption, well, I don't want to say all, because maybe you're out there and you have not been operating under this assumption, but I have been, is that it really felt like it was shaping up to be a Long Halloween inspired story about Harvey Dent's fall from grace and becoming Two-Face. That's really what it felt like. And we've seen that before. And that was why I was like, we're just going to get that. Like, that's just not as exciting to me. That's why when, people were wishful thinking about Mr. Freeze, I was like, you know what? You'd get my attention because that would be really interesting and something different and not what I'm expecting from this movie. And so to hear all of this of being like, you know what? Maybe we've been misled and they're doing something very different. That intrigues me. I want something very different, like that could be cool. So I don't really hate any of this because it certainly feels like something new, something we haven't seen before. And I could be down for that. So again, like if Bruce is in Arkham for one reason or another, I mean, as long as it's not the whole movie, I don't see that as a problem of being a plot point. If that's the whole movie, I think that could be disappointing because then he's not Batman. Yeah. But I don't hate that. Again, there's some precedent for that type of story and I don't hate that. And leading us all to believe that like Sebastian Stan is Harvey Dent, which makes all the sense in the world. If that's not the case, that's cool. Like, thanks for tricking me. Like, this is one where I'm like, actually, I like that you gave me something that I wasn't expecting. You're not going with the obvious route and you're doing something else. It gets my interest way more than what I thought this might be. Scarlett Johansson playing a version of the Phantasm. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what we said when she was cast. We're like, listen, if she's playing the Phantasm, that's cool. If she's playing Gilda Dent, that's kind of disappointing, Yeah. So like, it'll be interesting. Like if it's a Phantasm, but it's not Andrea Beaumont, they have like a rethought version, interesting how that would play out, but there's something there. There's something that interesting there.
I mean, why not just call her on? But Andrea Beaumont is the Phantasm. Like, I don't see a reason why you'd change the name. But
yeah. I mean, sure, Oscobb. Charles Dance playing her father, sure, whatever.
That makes sense. Yeah,
of course. Brian Tyree Henry as Harvey Dent, like that again, like could be a really fun switch. Might be a little homage to Billy D. Williams and unexpected. So I don't hate that.
Yeah. I was just having a bit of a Google while you were running through them all, and like I don't really know him from much.
I
The
recognize him,
biggest
but you're
thing,
right. I haven't seen
yeah,
him in
the
a lot of
biggest thing I know him from is the first Godzilla Kong movie.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw the second one. Apparently, he was in the first Joker movie, and like did an image search, and I just I can't remember him in that movie at all. It must have been a small role. But yeah, I don't know enough about his body of work to comment.
Well, same, but that is fine. I never minded, getting a lesser known actor to play something like this and then surprise us all, right? I have no problem with that. So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know Aaron Eckhart when he was cast in The Dark Knight. Like,
yeah, I have no issue with that. I mean, for example, Nicholas Galitzine. I've never heard of him. I never saw him, and he was amazing as He-Man.
bring it
Cam-
back, bring it
Camila,
back around, Emoto.
Camila Mendez. I didn't know her. I never watched Riverdale. She was amazing as Tila. So my
Yeah,
point is, surprise me with someone I might not know. They can come in, knock it out of the park. I'm here for it. Sebastian Stan as Victor Zsasz is so weird.
yes,
That is bizarre because you get a star like Sebastian Stan to play Victor Zsasz. So sure, fine. I'll roll with you. I'll be interested to see what that looks like. I just feel like, is Victor Zsasz going to be that big of a character in this movie that you cast Sebastian Stan?
he's not that big of a character in the comics.
Right. Like Victor Zsasz is always kind of like a very minor side character, when there's an Arkham breakout or,
I mean, not to do the Nolan comparison again, but like he's one of those characters that was used really well in Batman Begins.
sure. Yeah.
It gave the character, the people who knew was like, oh shit, that's Zaz. And then like you see him again at the breakout and he's got the scars on him and stuff. And like, cool. That's a comic character that, you didn't expect to be in that movie. And it was done
Mhm.
right. I just,
Mhm.
again, I don't know if I'm that interested in seeing, and you would, again, this is an assumption, but again, you hire someone like Sebastian Stan, like, you're not going to have him in the movie for 10 minutes
Yeah.
playing
Right.
Zaz. Like, do I need Zaz to be the main villain in this? Like, I don't
That's
know.
just it. Is like if Zaz is the main villain, that's disappointing, right? Like, but I got to give a shout out to the guy who played Zaz in Gotham. Gotham the show, which
Oh, yeah.
it has its highs and lows, and I think it's the same guy who played Metamorpho also played
Yes, it
Zaz.
is. Yeah.
He was great in Gotham, but again, it was a TV show. It's different. So yeah, like I just find it a very odd choice to get someone, that recognizable to be Victor Zsasz, unless Victor Zsasz is like this major part of this movie, which will be interesting to see. And then Court of Owls, that's something that we've said all along. Like that makes all the sense, especially in this
Yeah.
world and in this version of Batman and Gotham. I can totally see that. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if how many of these, if any, pan out, and if they were to all pan out, you've got Harvey Dent, which we would assume also becomes Two-Face at some point, Victor Zsasz, the Phantasm, and the Court of Owls. How do you juggle those things? Plus the return of the Penguin. I would assume we will get a return of Barry Keoghan's Joker in some form.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see like how do these elements become a story. But again, it's that question that gets me more interested.
And it's funny too, like Sebastian Stan, I could see him playing Talon.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd be a really good Talon if they go in the Court of Owls, or like, is Zaz kind of a bit of a cover? But I mean, none of this is confirmed anyway. But yeah, I don't know. But as you said, like it does move the needle a little bit from what we thought was shaping up to be, again, a bit of like a rehash of stuff we've seen before and already done very well. This, sort of veers away from that. And you're right, it makes it more intriguing to people like you and me.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, time will tell, but again, it has me intrigued of being like, you know what? If they're going down this road, that's weird and unexpected, but I'm down for weird and unexpected.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, big shout out again to Justin for sharing this. Thank you. And again, worth discussing, even if it all turns out to be BS and Sebastian Stan is Harvey Dent and everything we assumed was true is actually true. We'll see. Time will tell. And that is what I've got for news, Brendan, unless I missed something important that
nothing I can think of.
You wouldn't know. If I don't know, you wouldn't know. Come on.
No, exactly.
All right. Well, we watched some more Batman. We watched some more animated Batman. This morning, I got up really, really early on a Saturday, got my cup of coffee, and watched the Batman because we were supposed to record really, really early. But someone doesn't do math, and that's okay.
Someone thought you were still in Florida. completely messed up the time zones.
It's fine. I guess I should have checked your work, but I didn't. I trusted you. So it's on me for trusting you.
Yep, your fault.
Yep, my fault. Anyway, here we go. Let's talk about another episode of The Batman. Okay, we are in season 4, episode 4, The Everywhere Man, right? Yeah, season 4, episode 4. This one, written by Greg Weisman, directed by Brandon Vietti, it aired on November 4th of 2006. And it starts
my
out...
mom's birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Mrs. Lowe. We love you.
From 20 years ago.
Yes. Happy 2006 birthday. Not this year. To hell with this year. Anyway, they released The Everywhere Man in honor of your mom's birthday. I'm sure she was tickled.
Yep.
So there is like a big gala thing, and this new character of John Marlowe, who's an old friend of Bruce's, and he's like, I guess he was like a kind of a nerdy shut-in, and now he's got this new public persona where he's a bit of a playboy like Bruce, and he's now public, and he's charismatic, and he's showing off his art collection, and Bruce is there along with this other gal whose name I forget, because she's pretty minor, but I guess she like manages the art collection or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at John, look at how he's become this new man, right? And this big thing gets invaded by a new villain in Gotham called the Everywhere Man. His face is covered. He's wearing a big old body sock that is orange and white, orange and black. Yeah.
It's not a great costume.
With an E on his head, the Everywhere Man. And he's there, and then all of a sudden he's behind them, and then he goes into a closet and he disappears, and now Batman and Robin are like, who's the Everywhere Man, and how can we stop him? And let me inform you and educate you on a little trick I've learned, Brendan. If any Batman story opens with meeting one of Batman's old friends we had never heard before,
he's
villain.
Yeah. Even the famed Court of Owls pull that trick. It's like, well, who else is it going to be?
Yep. We've met John Marlowe, someone we'd never heard of before. I wonder who could be the Everywhere Man. Of course, it's him. Batman and Robin are hot on the trail.
Technically, it's we'll get there.
Yeah. Batman and Robin eventually, they do some detective work. They realize he's radioactive. They unmask him. It's John. They unmask another one of the Everywhere Men. At first, they just think, oh, there's more of them. Nope, it's John too. It turns out that the Everywhere Man has the same powers as Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man from Marvel. Do you know the Multiple Man?
Not really, no.
Well, I really like the Multiple Man. He was big in the 90s. I don't know what he's doing these days. But anyway, it's essentially this. He just can create countless copies of himself.
Yep.
Here it's some gobbledygook piece of tech that does it. But when he does it, these other copies or clones have their own agendas, and some of them, are a little better, some of them are a little worse. So anyway, there's a little variation in there. But anyway, this is how he's doing it. So what he's doing is he's obsessed with this art collection. He's sending these clones out there to replicate the pieces of art, and then he keeps the originals for his collection that's in this big vase. Not this big vase, this big safe. And so Batman and Robin go to stop him, and they realize what they've been doing, and Robin gets a hold of the prototype of the thing. And so he makes an army of Robins to fight the army of Everywhere Men. And at the same time, they realize the original Marlowe, John Marlowe, the original one, he's actually like tucked away because like his first clone got the better of him, took over the operation, made him a captive, and he's the one who's kind of running this criminal enterprise. And so
he discovered free will, is the way he sort of put it in the show.
There you go. And so like, yeah, there's a little bit of infighting amongst all the Everywhere Men, but in the end, they're all defeated. Batman and Robin are able to like get them. I guess you just vaporize them with the thing. I don't know. I'll tell you, all of them seem to be sentient human beings. And so when they just vaporize them, I'm like, is that just killing life? I don't know.
Bit like the Batman 66 movie.
Yeah, it raises some ethical questions where I'm like, because if they have free will, is there a soul in there? And then they just killed them all. So I'm like, oh my God.
One of them comes out of the toilet. Like one of them had a piss.
Anyway, at least the original John is okay. And you're right, it wasn't quite his fault. And so he reconnects with that girl from the beginning, and it seems like, oh, you know what? Like, you don't need to be this big public figure. I just want you out here with me. And you can see that the two of them are going to have a little thing. And then Batman and Robin are off to the next adventure. The Everywhere Man. It's worth noting. So you teased me when we knew this was coming. You're like, oh, there's some royalty.
And for 2006, kind of a big deal as well.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah. And you were like, oh, just wait till you see who voices the Everywhere Man. And I'm watching the episode, and I'm like, this voice doesn't sound at all familiar to me. No idea.
Really?
Nope, not a clue. I was trying to place it with someone in the Batman world.
Right.
And then I checked the end credits, and it is Brandon Routh.
Who at the time was the current big screen Superman.
I mean, yeah, this was only a few months after the release of Superman Returns. So that's pretty cool. And then the gal who's in the beginning and the end, she was voiced by Allison Mack.
Oh, real? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's the only reason it's really worth noting. So yes, like the current big screen Superman in this little episode is paired up with Chloe from Smallville,
which was, running at the time as well. Interesting.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that. It was always just Brandon Routh for me. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So fun little DC crossovers here in the Everywhere Man. All that being said, now, Brendan, what do you think of the episode?
To me, this is an okay season 2 episode. Where they introduce a new villain. It's sort of a one and done episode. It's entertaining, but not to the level of the previous couple of episodes we've had of season 4. This kind of feels like a little bit of a step backwards to me.
Yeah. Yep.
And again, because I know the quality of some of the stuff that's yet to come, which is some of my favorite episodes of the whole series. It's a little bit meh, if that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am glad you say that because I felt exactly the same way. I think the coolest thing about it is the guest stars.
Yes, and I've already thought of my rating that I'm going to give this, and I'll elaborate on that at the time. But yes, I agree.
Yep, the coolest thing is the guest stars. The rest of it completely disposable. I didn't think of it in these terms, but you're right. It feels like season 2 where they're like, hey, we made up this new character. Let's try it. And I respect the ambition of like, let's try to create a new Batman villain. Great. This one didn't work for me at all. I didn't really care for it. I didn't like his look, his gimmick. I don't know. It could be fun, but I just think a multiple man. And the story, there's just not enough story there. So it was a pretty meh episode with the cool connection of having Brandon Routh.
Yes, agree.
Also though, I mean, it's completely not even part of the story. And honestly, it feels like it was tacked on at the end just to make the episode a certain length. But after things wrap up with what's John Marlowe, there's just a really cool sequence of Batman and Robin jumping in the Batmobile and racing off.
Yeah, it's like the end of Batman Forever or something. Like it's just kind of there to give like, a hero shot at the end of the episode.
Yeah, and it's completely pointless, but it's also really awesome.
It's
so
cool,
I'll take
yeah.
it. Yeah, I'll take it. But yes, as far as the episode goes, not their best. And it sucks because we just had like 3 bangers in a row in season 4. And like you said, this one's a step back.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, then what do you give it for your rating?
Look, I give it a C+. To me, it's a C episode, but the plus is for Brandon Routh. Because I've always, like, to get him at the time, like I said, he was the current big screen Superman. Like for a kids animated show, that's a pretty big deal for 2006. And I thought he did a really good job. And, when I first saw this, I was like, holy shit, like Brandon Routh, that's amazing. Like, so I've always kind of liked the episode more than I should because of the Brandon Routh of it all. So
sure.
Yeah, C+, the plus for Routh.
Yep, that's fair. I was going with C-.
Okay, and the minus for Allison Mack.
Oh, Allison Mack, we don't have to go there. No, I same. Like I said, like I love the Brandon Routh of it all, but as far as the episode goes, there isn't much there for me to enjoy. I can't really recommend it other than to be like, hey, did you know Brandon Routh did a guest spot on the Batman? Yeah. All right, well, that's the Everywhere Man. I'm shocked the Everywhere Man did not become a household name and pop up in many, many Batman movies. I heard
Here's Stan is
you bastard. Yes. Here's your exclusive scoop. Sebastian Stan is playing the Everywhere Man. All right. Well, that is that episode of the Batman. I hope we swing back up next time. The next one up is The Breakout with Black Mask. Oh, speaking of.
And Black Mask, not a big cameo voice, but voice actor is someone who you'll be very familiar with. And spoiler alert, this is my favorite version of Black Mask.
Oh, okay.
I really, really like him in this series. He's really cool.
All right. Is it John Irwin, the voice of He-Man?
No.
Oh, well.
It's someone who you'll know from many things, but the thing I know him from the most is The Phantom, which is coming up on its 30th
Treat Williams?
No.
Billy Zane?
No.
Oh. Well, now I'm really confused. Those are the 2 biggies. It's not Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No, I can't remember I blank on his name, but he plays like the main thug in The Phantom. He's the one who killed Billy Zane's dad.
Oh, James Remar.
Yes.
Remar. Yeah.
Yes, he's Black Mask.
Look at that. I'm still the human IMDb. That's what Catherine calls me, and I take it as a huge compliment.
That's cool.
Yeah, James Remar is great. Anyway, cool. Well, next time, The Breakout. Anyway, as always, we got to check in with you fine feathered finks, so let's crack open the Wayne Manor mailbox. It's time again for the Wayne Manor mailbox.
You've got mail.
Darren. What is a letter for me?
Maybe temporary.
She wrote a letter.
You're one hell of a messenger. This is all, Master Wayne.
We only have a few, and 2 of them are essentially the same message, but worth reading nonetheless. First one is from John McPherson. It says, hey, Bat friends, I hope everyone is well. I always write an email to you in my head, and I rarely press send, but I couldn't miss this one. Seems like we're ramping up to start getting lots of Man of Tomorrow and the Batman Part 2 news flying our way soon. I'm fairly certain I heard Jamie's head explode from all the way up here in Canada when I opened Facebook and I saw a photo of Lex in his power suit. Looks like Jamie retired just a few months too soon to talk about this one. Perhaps an early post-retirement appearance to discuss. I think now he has to at least come on to review Man of Tomorrow with the team.
Regardless.
Yeah, I agree too. Regardless, I look forward to each new episode dropping, and thanks for keeping up with the Batman episode reviews. I was one of the people shouting yes at my speakers alongside Brendan when he was lobbying to review the show. Love that we're finally into season 4. I was skeptical when it was first announced, and it steadily won me over. Take care. Talk soon, John. Thanks, John. And yeah, I don't think we're going to get Jamie out of retirement just to discuss a picture of the suit, but I absolutely would love to start bugging him now to get him out of retirement to review the film. I think that's a great idea.
No, I'm all for that.
Unless he hates it, then I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't on the Motu review episode.
Well, he wasn't on that because he's retired. But
yeah, true.
Anyway, also, I'm glad that you're enjoying our return to the Batman. I'm glad that you dig the show, and I'm glad we keep doing it. We're getting close. So I guess no real questions, but thank you, John. Appreciate it. Next email here is from Ian Jacobs, and this is what I said, that two of these messages are essentially the same, and it says, it makes total sense that Jamie retires and then the power suit shows up. I'm wondering if he shared his thoughts with you. I assume his soul left his body in excitement, and it's currently trying to reattach itself to him. Hope all is well with you and your family. Best regards, Ian. Thank you, Ian. Yes, I know Jamie was very happy with the look of the suit, and so I am happy he is happy. I mean, I'm also happy for me because the suit looks awesome. But yes, that day I was like, okay, Jamie, we want to hear it. And yes, he loves it. And so I am super happy too.
No, he did. He was very happy.
All right, next message here is from Zach. It says, hey all, happy new DC movie month. Listening to your discussion in the mailbox on the Supergirl 84 episode, everyone's thoughts on the death of the family brought an interesting thought to mind. With the return of Jason Todd as the Red Hood and the shock for Bruce and the Bat family, which origin do you prefer? The canonical death resurrection after Superboy Prime punched reality, the sometimes canon of death/Lazarus pit, or the Arkham Knight version that he wasn't killed by the Joker, but he was tortured a lot longer than anyone knew. I prefer the last one myself, but I would love to hear from y'all. Thanks, and unleash the drones for the Bat Signal 2.0. Zach. Thanks, Zach. Interesting. So I will start by saying I didn't know that the canonical resurrection of Jason Todd was because Superboy punched reality. Did you know this?
No, I had no idea.
I've never heard that. So that was completely missed on me. And then we know that we're not big gamers. And so I also didn't know that the Arkham Knight version was that he was never killed. He was just tortured constantly.
I think I did know that because I read the novelization of Arkham Knight, but that was like 10 years ago. So I couldn't remember. I mean, to me, it's the Under the Red Hood version is the version that I'm the most familiar with from the comics and the animated movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. That to me makes the most sense. I assumed we would see eye to eye. Yeah, I like the Lazarus Pit version the best because that means he did die. It means that Batman did grieve and, had to deal with that loss. And then the Lazarus Pit is something that already exists in Batman lore. So it makes sense that would be what could bring him back. And it also is, could be part of why he's a little changed, just like anybody who uses the Lazarus Pit. So to me, that's just what makes the most sense. I'll tell you, I don't like Superboy punching reality. That's just so bizarre. And I don't love the Arkham Knight version. I know that Zach prefers it, but here's why. Is like, if there was any chance that he was alive, Batman would not have quit getting it.
Yes.
And maybe in the game they address that. Obviously I'm just going from what you say here, Zach, but yeah, I just feel like Batman would not give up unless he was sure Jason was dead.
Yeah. And to me, that was I'll be honest, like reading that novel 10 years ago when it turned out that the Arkham Knight, was Jason Todd. I was kind of like, really? We're doing this again? That's kind of how it felt to me. It's like,
the second that game was announced, we all were like, oh, it's going to be Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Because they did the whole, like, who is Arkham Knight? And I'm like, it's going to be Jason Todd. Of course it is. Who else is it going to be? Like we were saying earlier. It's John Marlowe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was one of those where I was like, yeah, duh. All right, one last one here from our old pal Steven Marshall. It says, "Hey guys, I'm catching up on episodes as I got a little behind. I'm very sad that I missed sending Jamie a goodbye, but I'm sure he's doing well. And you guys have goodbyes, on behalf of all the Holy BatCast family. I just got done listening to the BVS anniversary with Richard Citrone, which was a phenomenal episode. I wanted to say he absolutely nailed why I feel the way I do about Matt Reeves' The Batman. It was so great to hear someone finally put into words exactly what bugs me about the movie. Another thing was your talk on the DCU Batman. I may be clutching at straws here, but I really do feel he's going to show up in Man of Tomorrow. It wouldn't shock me at all if it ends up being Brendan Skellner, as I just feel with him, there's always this wink wink thing when he's asked about it. I also think Gunn needs to do something huge like this to progress the momentum of the DCU, as I feel it's been lacking since Peacemaker Season 2, which I would say had a mixed reaction. I will add, though, that with the awesome Man of Tomorrow set photos and Supergirl finally ramping up, it does feel like there's already been a forward step in momentum. My worry is that Lanterns ends up letting us down like Peacemaker 2 did. Let's hope not, and that they have some cool stuff planned that keeps the momentum going this time. Thoughts on all of that? Anyway, sorry for the long email. Hope you all are doing well. Kind regards, Steven. Thanks, Steven. So first thing is, when we talked about the Batman with Richard, what he said was like, he goes, like you take Batman out of that movie, nothing changes. He plays no active role in changing the plot, and I've said it before too, Steven, I've said it. Maybe if Richard says it, you listen because he's
got a point.
Batman.
I'm going to listen to Batman over you, to be fair.
How dare you?
And I love you, but Batman.
But yeah, I mean, it's absolutely true. Like Batman succeeds at nothing in that movie. At no point, like I said, nothing changes. He could go home and eat a bag of chips and nothing changes. So yes, that is accurate. I honestly, I hope you're right. The Batman pops up in Man of Tomorrow. I would love that. I'm not holding my breath because I just get disappointed and I don't want to be sad, but I think that would be amazing. And you're right. It would get a big pop and, would really get people talking. I do feel like I think that we have momentum, but it's not like a freight train. I think it's a very kind of gradual building momentum, which is maybe what we need. But I understand your point of like doing something truly earth shattering that would really like kick that momentum into the next gear. What do you think, Brendan?
I obviously want that. I can't see that. Pardon me. I can't see that happening in the same calendar year that the Batman Part 2 comes out.
Right.
I can't, because it would take up all the press. And then for people who don't follow this stuff, like, who, may expect that to be the Batman movie that comes out at the end of the year, and that's just not. I again would absolutely love it, but I cannot see a world where that happens.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even really think about it as far as in context with the Batman Part 2 coming out a few months later, but you're right. I think that kind of kills that, which is sad because, like I said, I would love it. I'm so ready for a DCU Batman, but it would certainly muddle the message if that were the case.
I mean, again, it's a stretch, but because we know Brave and the Bold, like obviously, Robin's going to be in it. Like Robin could pop up, maybe, but I just can't. I mean, no pun intended with James Gunn being, gun shy with introducing Batman in this universe, but that seems to be what's happening, and it seems to be to let Matt Reeves do his thing. So I just can't see him dropping that bomb in the same year that Matt Reeves finally the sequel is coming out.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I want to address the Peacemaker Season 2 thing. I think those are kind of odd comments. I mean, I really liked Peacemaker Season 2, and I think for the most part, like, I only saw people at least like it. I certainly saw people have differing opinions about whether it was better or worse than Season 1. But I just feel like the momentum of the universe is it's not at all related to something like Peacemaker Season 2. Like, that's like it's a nice extra thing. It's a nice bonus, but I just don't think that it affects the excitement for the overall universe because it's a much smaller thing. Let's be real. It's the movies that drive the momentum. It's the movies
Yes.
that drive the interest. The extra things are great, especially for fans like us who can't get enough. Um, the TV shows and anything else doesn't drive it. It's the movies. And so Supergirl will certainly play into that. Clayface will play into that. And then the lead up of Man of Tomorrow will play into that. But I think that whether or not you liked Peacemaker season 2, I think that's completely beside the point of the excitement for the universe.
Yeah, I mean, looking at both seasons of Peacemaker, I think I enjoyed season 1 a little bit more, but I didn't dislike season 2. And I feel that the general consensus was it was pretty liked, at least on par with the first, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of momentum, like the universe is moving forward. I mean, we had a Superman movie last year, and I say, 2 weeks we're getting a Supergirl movie. So the momentum's there. I kind of, maybe it's more like his excitement levels rather than the actual momentum of the franchise, because yeah, I mean, we said this year we're getting Supergirl, Lanterns, and Clayface in the space of 4 months or something.
Mhm.
On the excitement side of it, I kind of agree a little bit, because this time last year, I mean, I was just living and breathing Superman. Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
were watching all the movies at this point to do our look back and ranking, and I was watching the trailers
Well,
for Superman
we did the
over
same
and
thing for
over. Like,
Supergirl. We've reviewed
yeah,
every Supergirl film
we did.
leading up to this one.
But yeah, I've sort of been saying from the start, like, I'm not as excited for Supergirl, just because, like I said, I tried reading the comic that it's based on when it was first announced back in like February 2023. Yeah, 23. And it's not, I don't love the comic. I didn't even finish reading it. It just wasn't my thing. And this very much looks to be the comic. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm nowhere near the level I was this time last year. And I mean, in terms of being excited for things in the DC universe, to me, it's all about Man of Tomorrow. I'm so, because that movie came out of nowhere. I mean, it was a huge surprise to us, and there's the part of it that's just like, I can't believe we're getting this. This is so unexpected, and it's such a big surprise. But then also, what we're seeing and what James Gunn sort of said the story is, sounds awesome as hell. Like, so that's where my major excitement is for the universe. But it doesn't mean there's no momentum, because we're getting quite a bit of stuff this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I know I've said it, at least to us, in private. I don't remember if I've said it on the show, but like, Man of Tomorrow, it's not a Justice League movie, but it's getting awfully close, and that's super exciting too.
Yeah.
Like, to think about it, it's going to have Superman, Supergirl, Lex in the power suit, Brainiac, 2 Green Lanterns, Hawk Girl. Like, I mean, you're getting almost to a Justice League movie, and that's pretty freaking amazing 2 years after the universe, quote unquote, launched with Superman.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Bring it on. And maybe that's why he doesn't want to call it Superman 2, right? Because it is less of a Superman 2 and more of a greater DC Universe movie. And it's worth mentioning, and I don't think I've said this out loud either, is that here's what I love about the title Man of Tomorrow. And I do wonder if by the time it comes out, it's going to be Superman Man of Tomorrow. I do wonder.
Yeah.
But Man of Tomorrow as a title is awesome because it describes Superman, and it describes Lex, and it describes Brainiac.
Yes. And to me, it was always what the solo Superman sequel should have been called for Henry Cavill. It was always like Man of Steel, Man of Tomorrow. Like that was always my choice. So the fact we're finally getting that title as well is really cool. Yeah, it's really exciting, that whole Man of Tomorrow thing. Like, I've said before, I can't wait. I'm really, really looking forward to that. You said too, like how it may not necessarily be like a straight Superman sequel because of all the characters in it. To me, not in terms of what it is, because it's not like a versus movie, but like it kind of feels more like a Captain America 3. Like it's yes, it was a Captain America movie, but it was also very much a wider universe.
Yes,
you know,
it was.
It's almost Avengers 2.5, type movie. Whereas this kind of feels like that. Yes, it'll be a Superman movie to a point, but it's about expanding that wider universe and giving all these characters really something cool to do together, while it's not under the banner of a Justice League.
Yep, for sure. Cool. All right. Well, we're closing the Wayne Manor mailbox. If you got something for us, you can send that to Holy BatCast at rf4rm.com. Odds are pretty good. It's going to fill up after Supergirl comes out, and I won't even see it until later, but that's all right. But yeah, love your thoughts, questions, ideas, all that stuff. Send it to holybatcast at rf4rm.com. And that will do it for this episode. Brendan, always fun. Thanks for joining. Glad that we got over that little debacle with time zones and made it happen.
Yes. Yeah, no. Whoever made that mistake will obviously be more careful next time.
It was me.
And you will not trust them.
Yeah, my toxic trait is trusting my friends, and I'll never do it again.
Yep.
Anyway, where else can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook in the Real Fans groups or on Letterboxd. Just my name, pretty much.
Yeah. Anything fun happening at the Nightlight that they should know about?
No.
No.
Okay, no. I actually thought about the Nightlight yesterday because I watched a couple of episodes of the Golden Girls, and I just remembered that was how that show unfortunately ended. The last recording was that ill-fated Golden Girls episode where I had like the slightest brownout just as we were finishing like a 3-hour episode, and I lost everything.
Yeah, I know.
It's so heartbreaking.
Yep, I know. I feel you.
And that was a really good episode too. It was so fun.
It was long too. All right. Well, that's it. I already told you guys where to find me. Thank you as always for joining us. We do appreciate you. Please do follow or subscribe. If you like the show, leave us a nice rating. It would be swell. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Search for Holy BatCast. Lots of new stuff on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't gone to check it in a while, please do. Go to youtube.com/holybatcast. Lots of videos, especially lots of toy videos. If you got something for the Wayne Manor mailbox, that email address again is holybatcast at rf4rm.com. Our music was created by the talented Gaurav Venkateswar. You can find his work at gvtunes.com. And that'll do it. On behalf of Brendan, I've been Andy. We'll see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Holy BatCast is not affiliated with Warner Brothers or DC Entertainment. The views and opinions shared by the participants are theirs and theirs alone and do not represent the companies or organizations they happen to work for. Did you hear Andy being like, Daddy, Dada, Dada? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I was nearly going to interrupt and say, is that Andy or Harley? Because it was muffled, so I couldn't tell who it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. You made the first little cameo. That's very cute.
You did, yes. That's historic. Andy's first podcast. Well, we've heard him crying before. I guess that counts.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you couldn't hear Abby screaming at some point because I could hear her.
I didn't hear it at all. So,
no, mightn't have come through on the mics, but I could hear it in real time.
But yeah, Andy's finally like talking more. So that's good. Interesting, exciting.